That was the anthem, if you could hear it tonight. The crowd is serenading that one out tonight. What an atmosphere, what a night it's going to be. Donnie Perano and Carol Ring with the anthem, assisted by however many people are in attendance tonight. 3,289 is going to be the number, but we know it's probably a little bit north of that. Tonight's referee lineup is brought to you by the Inspired Vapor Company with locations in Prince Albert and Milford. Your referees tonight, Mike Campbell and Steve Papp. Your linesmen, Sean Dufour and Mike Roberts. Video goal judges, Ward Howitt. And your series supervisors, Kevin Minch and Richard Dirksen. Time now for the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off as we get set for Game 6.
And a shout out to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day. The Raiders want to make this one extra special for their moms.
No doubt about that. Here we go. Sean Montgomery, Jaden Joseph. The puck is down in the Raiders' control. Bahal gains a red line. He'll lift it in. Alex Protas in on the forecheck. Up the near side, just out of the reach of Brett Leeson. Back to the line. Bahal holds it in. He'll snap it on target. And David Tendick hangs on to that one. Marty, you talked about Mother's Day. All these players, obviously just maybe a quick phone call to their mothers today. I know the mothers all want to win for their Mother's Day present tonight. I'd like to wish a happy Mother's Day to my mom, Debbie, my future mother-in-law, Tracy, a couple grandmothers and sister-in-laws as well.
Yeah, and I had the pleasure of driving Mom to the rink tonight. She was taking care of her boys earlier on in the day.
A billet and an anthem singer, a busy mom here today. Braden Pahal puts it towards the goal, and that went off his skate. It'll bounce all the way back into the Raiders' zone. Ian Scott leaves it right side for Alexei Protas. Rink-wide feed, it'll bounce towards the Vancouver line, worked ahead by Seth Bafaro. Hayes quickly moves it ahead, chipped in by Brett Leeson. Owen Byram back to pick it up. Byram right corner for Bafaro, off the glass and out. Sepago gloves it down, bounces it near side. Byram steps up on it. He'll play it down the wall. Hanoun finishes a check on Byram. Raiders bring it ahead. Kelly chops it past Byram. Knackbauer in there as well. Out front, Kelly alone, pad safe. Rebound, he scores. Parker Kelly gets the Raiders on the board. 53 seconds into Game 6.
Well, we talked about the first goals in the game and how important they are. How about this shift by Dante Hanoun and Parker Kelly? And guess who was on the ice? Bowen Byram, and they were able to sneak by him and get this one in the back of the net behind David Tendick. Great extra effort there by Parker Kelly.
Justin Knackbauer in there as well, makes a big play to help Kelly, and here come the Raiders off the draw. Kelly across for Knackbauer, off the stick of Jaden Joseph. Hanoun after down low, he's knocked to the ice. Plouffe works it ahead. Braden Watts out to neutral ice. Hayes looks to work it ahead. Nielsen delayed offside. He'll lift it into the Raiders zone as Hayes goes back to pick it up. The all-important first goal goes to Prince Albert here tonight, and the crowd is feeling it on a Sunday at the Art Hauser Center. Here's Tristan Nielsen, dumps it in.
Brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His seventh of the playoffs, scored by number 27, Parker Kelly. Assist to number 29, Justin Knackbauer. And number 3, Jeremy Masella.
Here's Davis Kosh for the Giants, fires in, and a blocker save by Ian Scott. It did squirt through, but it bounced wide. Raiders bring it out to neutral ice. Weisblatt looking for it, turned back by Milos Roman. The Giants get it in now. Kosh and Roman give Weisblatt a rough ride at the red line, but Sepago back to pick it up. He'll pounce ahead right side Montgomery. Red line and in. That one hit the linesman, and the Giants look to clear. Masella, who had the assist on that goal, keeps it in the Giants zone. Leeson on the left wall. Down low Montgomery. Sean Montgomery in Vancouver territory. To the line for Sepago. It'll bounce on him, sort of. Able to work it, Owen Hardy, and down into the Raiders zone. Jeremy Masella regroups. And that pass off Sepago's skate dangerously in the blue paint. But the Raiders get it out of harm's way. 2.5 gone in this first period. Raiders up 1-0, back into the offensive zone. Protas looking for Max Martin joining the play. Gets past him, and the Giants come the other way. Canuck Liepert leading the rush for Vancouver. He'll drive in, and a save made by Ian Scott. Canuck Liepert up high. Byram for the one-timer, and he found on that one Leeson. Looks the other way. He'll center. Too far for Hanoun. And Byram plays it back to Canuck Liepert in the defensive zone. 3 minutes gone here at the Art Hauser Center. Parker Kelly has the Raiders ahead 1-0. An opening minute goal here for Prince Albert. Chipped in by Tristan Nielsen. Bouncing puck out front. It gets away from Braden Watts. Kelly takes a hard hit from Nielsen, but he'll advance now for Hanoun. He's taken down by Jaden Joseph. And the Giants come ahead. Nielsen driving wide, turned back by Martin. Heads up. Here's Hanoun into the offensive zone, but he steps in offside. Joseph comes and gives him a late bounce on that play. Face-off back out to neutral ice. Every time the Raiders score this postseason, Man Northway GM Cadillac giving away $25 gift card. Check out Man Northway GM Cadillac's Facebook page to take part on that. Kelly goal. Tonight's first winner is Tasha Woods.
Well, Jaden Joseph, the late little bump there on Hanoun right after the whistle goes. Knockbauer, late little bump onto Jaden Joseph as well, letting him know that, you know what, big fella, I'm out here on the ice as well.
Offside pass, the call against the Raiders. So the face-off back outside their own zone. 3.5 gone in this opening frame. Raiders in the lead 1-0. Weisblatt collects it up the middle. Pass for Gregor off a skate. And the Giants send it back into the Raiders zone. Hayes back to pick it up. He'll play it near corner for Pahal up the middle. Gregor, it'll find its way to Fonstad. Now Weisblatt up the right side. He's checked by Dallas Hines, but gets it in deep. Caleb Bullich collects for Vancouver behind the net. Hines watched by Gregor. He'll spin it up the wall. Pahal holds it into the blue line. Giants recover. Kosh up the middle, cut off by Fonstad, and he's checked there by Dallas Hines. Sordoff up the near side. Kosh ahead for Roman. Roman now leaves for Kosh. Stepping in, a shot off the stick and into the glass. Dawson Holt, right wall, plays it down into the corner. Davis Kosh up high. Canuck Liepert, a one-timer and a pad save by Ian Scott. Keeps that one out. Vancouver stays on the puck behind the net. Now is Dawson Holt, a Saskatoon native. He's checked by Pahal, and Gregor comes away with the puck. He'll calmly skate it ahead. Finding Pahal right side, he'll lift it down the ice. Knackbauer after it into the offensive zone. 5 minutes gone in this first period. Plouffe near side, he's met by Knackbauer. He'll turn back and plays it up the far side. Giants scrambling. Kelly to the net, deflected just wide. And Owen Hardy heads the other way. Hardy, rink wide feed. Kelly steps up on that one but can't pick it off. Dimitru takes it down into the Raiders zone. He's checked by Sapego. Masello works it ahead now for Knackbauer. Off the glass. It'll go through the rafters and stay in play. Giants control in the defensive zone. Here's Bowen Byram. Chips it right side, and Holt will knock it in. Giants take a line change, and Scott leaves it behind the goal for Sergei Sapego. Quick pass up the right side. Protas ahead for Kelly. Turned back by Byram, and he'll start the rush the other way. Bowen Byram. Drop pass for Braden Watts. He'll curl it behind the net. Picking it up far side is Bafaro. Down low, Byram up high now. Nielsen, top of the zone, looks for the shot, fans on it, but keeps it in deep. Joseph towards the goal, rebound out front, right side, Byram, and a save made by Ian Scott as he gets across and shuts the door. Bowen Byram, a good look. Play carries on though, Giants on it. Bafaro, top of the zone, wrist shot, sails wide on the glove side. Giants pressing, Braden Watts, down low for Joseph. He's checked by Masello, but stays on the puck. Out front, Nielsen, a shot. What a save by Scott. Rebound. Ian Scott will cover up and hang on. A scrambly sequence in the Raiders zone, but Ian Scott is there. 6:12 into this first period. Raiders in front, 1-0.
Well, lots of pucks coming towards the Raider goal, but they're bouncing to the outside, and they start bouncing around. The Raiders get caught chasing it a little bit, and it ends up back onto the stick of the Vancouver Giants, and really good pushback there by the Vancouver Giants. Of course, behind in this game early within the first minute, but a good push there by Vancouver.
Milos Roman, Noah Gregor on the draw down in Prince Albert territory. Raiders looking to move the puck back into Vancouver territory after some sustained pressure, as you mentioned there, Marty. Raiders work it head to the line, held there by Dallas Hines. Bounces around behind the net. Davis Kosh tied up by Zach Hayes. Fonstad now. Left corner. He'll swing it near side for Braden Pahal. Up the middle for Gregor. Bounces away from him. And the Giants regroup. Milos Roman right side. Dumped into the Prince Albert zone. Pahal back to pick it up. Watched by Sorda. He'll dish behind the net for Hayes. Up the near side. Too far for Leeson. Byram collects at his own blue line. Across now Bafaro. Bafaro up the middle. He'll hit Roman in strides. Roman busting in. Splits the defense and he puts it wide. What a rush by Roman. But he missed the mark here. Sorda now. Corner. Kosh backhand scores. Davis Kosh puts it home. And Vancouver's tied it up here, 6:58 into the first period.
Well, we talked about the pushback by Vancouver, and they just continued to have the aggressive shift here. And it was just a couple of shifts where a couple of line changes even. But this one, a couple of times where the Raiders just absolutely opened up. It was Ian Scott and the Vancouver Giant, but what a great shot here by Davis Kosh to tuck this one upstairs on Ian Scott.
Yeah, stepping out of the corner. Nice dish he took there. And he's able to just reach it far side on the backhand. Shots now 8-3 for Vancouver.
To the playoff score by number 16, Davis Kosh. The assist to number 42, Alex Canuck Liepert. And number 40, Milos Roman. Time of the goal, 6:58.
So it's a 1-1 game here. Raiders looking to push back as Hanoun gains a red line and sends it in. Hanoun tied up by Joseph looking for that loose puck. Crowd clamoring for a call, none coming. Braden Watts works it behind the net for Seth Bafaro. Bafaro watched by Hanoun. Bouncing puck along the wall. Kelly keeps it in deep. Bafaro curls around behind the Giants' goal. He'll stop up. Flushed out by Hanoun. Bafaro can't get it past Knackbauer. Touched by a high stick now of Bafaro. And a face-off back into the Giants' zone on that play. 7:37 gone in the first period. 1-1 the score.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. Mark Hatchai, he changed up his lines there a little bit. He had Brett Leeson was out on that shift with Noah Gregor and Cole Fonstad. Now he's got Ozzy Weisblatt back there. I'm not sure if Ozzy Weisblatt perhaps didn't have some equipment issues on that particular shift.
Gregor and Dimitru now for the draw down in Giants territory. Gregor pulls it back to the wall. Weisblatt watched by Canuck Liepert. He's taking it to the boards hard. Fonstad follows up. Works it down low. Fonstad back on it. Into the corner, Weisblatt. Tied up with a linesman there. Can't make a play, but Fonstad collects again behind the net for Gregor. Cut off by Plouffe. And the Giants work it up the wall. Dawson Holt brings it ahead for Vancouver. Rink wide feet. Pahal steps up, but Hardy will knock it in. Hardy and Hayes collide in the corner. Pulled free and played all the way back into the defensive zone as Hines wasn't there at the blue line. It'll bounce back into the Vancouver end. Hines ahead for Holt. He'll touch it in. Shots right now 8-3 for Vancouver. Brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Leeson plays it rink wide for Hayes. Hayes across for Leeson up the middle. He'll glove it down into the slot. A shot and a save made by Tendick. A defender got a stick on that one. And Leeson didn't get as much on it as he would have liked. Leeson on it. Battling behind the net with a couple Giant defenders. Montgomery comes away with it before he's bounced by Dawson Holt. Byram on it behind the net. He'll work it up the wall. Cut off by Leeson. He'll try the other side now. Byram up the right wall. Chips it ahead. Dimitru knocks it off the wall. And Masella will regroup at his own line. Finding Alexei Protas. 9 minutes gone in the first. 1-1 the score. Protas just ducks a hip check there from Byram after dumping it in. Masella comes down for a hit on Sordoff. Justin Sordoff got the better of him, and the Raiders regroup. Jacob Brook across for Spencer Moe. It'll find its way back to Jeremy Masella. Masella up the right wing side, red lining in. Pierce hard in on the forecheck, and we'll see an icing call. The linesman sticky on that one, and a face-off back into Prince Albert territory. 10:41 to go in the first. 1-1 the score.
Linesmen have been consistent in this entire series, though, on that particular type of call. You have to get clear possession over that red line, or they're going to call the icing. They've done it the entire series, every game.
Yeah, they've been on it right from game one. So, and you see no argument from the Raider bench. It's game 6. They know that by now. Here's Gregor and Evan Patrician on the draw down in the Raider zone. Work to the wall. The Giants on it quickly. Sveikovsky cut off by Weisblatt. He'll work it out to neutral ice, and Caleb Bullich heads back to pick it up. Rink wide for Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe up the wall, chipped in by Patrician, and Martin will hustle back to pick it up. Martin tries to play it behind the net. That one's cut off, but now he'll find Fonstad. Fonstad hits a trailing Caden Gooley. Gooley gains a red line. He'll lift it in. Noah Gregor on the forecheck, flushes out Plouffe. Plouffe drops it off. Gregor gets a stick on it, but the Giants will control to the line. Held by Martin. A drive tipped just wide by Noah Gregor. A close call at the Vancouver net. Fonstad left side for Martin. He'll play it into the corner. Gregor battling with Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe up the middle, cut off by Weisblatt. Plouffe was hit hard by Gregor on the play, but Weisblatt can't keep it in. Gooley and Martin reload in the defensive zone. Pass near side for Parker Kelly. Kelly over the red line, glass and in. Kelly will go pick it up himself in deep. Back to the left point, it's Sepego. Sepego looks back to Kelly in the corner. He's met there by Plouffe. Knackbauer, Kelly out of the corner, drives towards the slot. The puck bounces away from him, but he'll pick it up down low. Up high, Masello one-timer blocked by Nielsen, and he'll find the rebound and work it in deep. Knackbauer now behind the net, checked by Plouffe. He'll protect the puck, Hanoun. Knackbauer circle shot, and a stick on that one from Jaden Joseph puts it up and out of play. And we'll take a break. 9:16 remaining in the first period. All tied up at 1-1. First period here in Prince Albert, 1-1 the score between the Vancouver Giants and the Prince Albert Raiders. Face off in the Giants zone. Vancouver able to clear, and Pahal back to collect in his own zone. Ahead for Brett Leeson. He'll curl up the left side. He's got a bit of room, and he'll cut right up the middle. Leeson to the net. He's checked and can't get it on goal. What a rush there by Leeson. And Vancouver's clearing attempt off a Raider player, and out of play. Faceoff stays in the Vancouver zone.
Brett Leeson over the last 2-3 games has really stepped it up, and he is really starting to fly. He's getting his speed going, and this is just an excellent example of that. He turns it right up the middle, little shift to the left, and then back right up the middle. Unfortunately, he's not able to quite get it in clean on David Tendick.
If you want handling like that on your car this spring, head on down to OK Tire in Prince Albert. Here's Noah Gregor lined up against Jared Dimitru. The Giants captain able to pull it back. Canuck-Liepert battling with Ozzie Weisblatt down in the corner. Alex Canuck-Liepert up the wall, cut off by Gregor. Here's Weisblatt. Looks to squeeze the check. He'll work it up high. Nobody able to hold it at the blue line. It'll split Hayes and Pahal. And Braden Pahal sends it in. Bouncing puck behind the net. Tendick leaves in the corner for Dylan Plouffe. Ahead now for Owen Hardy. He's knocked down by Pahal. He broke his stick on the play, and the Giants work it in. Dawson Holt into the corner. He's checked, but supported now by Dimitru. Fonstad working on Dimitru. Pahal back out there with a fresh twig. And the Giants look to the blue line. Byram wasn't there as he came down to support. And it's back into the Vancouver zone. Quickly ahead, Byram will launch it in off the stick, up into the netting, and out of play. I'd like to say hello tonight to Morris Bednarchuk. He's listening in tonight. Unfortunately can't make it to the rink for a big Game 6 here. I know he'd love to be there, but Morris, our thoughts are with you here tonight, and hope you get well soon.
Yeah, I know Morris has been a long-time Raiders fan. Been coming in for all the games, and certainly our thoughts are with you, and hope you're enjoying listening to us tonight.
Hopefully we have good news to report to you as the night wears on. Center ice face-off, Sean Montgomery and Milos Roman. Bouncing puck towards Leeson. He had a lane to it, but he just tripped up, and it'll bounce back to the Raiders' zone. Masella controls across for Sepego. Back to Masella as the Raiders set up the breakout. Masella banks it near side. Montgomery, it'll get past him. Leeson handles it. Looks to knock it in. Can't get it past Milos Roman. Second effort, Montgomery will get it in. And Bafaro settles behind the Vancouver net. Bafaro steps out, rims it near side for Davis Kosh. Kosh turns it all the way back, and he'll reload. Kosh starts ahead for Vancouver. The 20-year-old forward gains a red line and backhands it in. He'll chop it around. Far side, Protas knocks it up the wall. Held right point by Dallas Hines. Back behind the net, here's Kosh. Kosh tied up by Sergei Sepego. Into the corner, Masella pops it around behind the net, Montgomery. Montgomery lobs it out to neutral ice. His line mates were changing, so Nielsen able to find it for Vancouver. He'll gain the red line and lift it in. 7 minutes to go in this first period. Martin up the wall, that's cut off. Backdoor feed, just misses Nielsen, and Knackbauer heads the other way. He's got Kelly with him. Kelly over the offensive blue line. He'll cut into the high slot, puts it on goal. And that one blockered aside by Tendick. Martin keeps it alive. Hanoun in the corner, puts it in front, off a skate. And that one just misses. Kelly now wraparound attempt. Turned back by the Giants. But Kelly goes and puts a hard hit on Joseph. Knackbauer plays it behind the net. Hines will find it for Vancouver off the glass and down the ice. And a face-off back into the Vancouver zone. 6:33 to go in the first period. All tied up at 1-1.
Well, pesky Parker Kelly just continues to outwork the opposition right now. A couple of great shifts for Parker Kelly. He goes in, puts a good hit on. Justin Knockbauer, really good read on the play. He picks up that loose puck, able to get it back around into the other corner. Dante Hanoun then pushes it towards the goal. It was right beside it.
Face-off down to the Vancouver zone. The Giants control, but they don't clear. Cut off by Weisblatt. He'll step in. His shot blocked by Dallas Hines. Good job by Hines getting down in front of that one. And the Giants clear to neutral ice. Nielsen at the red line, shy of the red line. It'll be another icing call here against Vancouver, and the linesmen have kept that standard, as you mentioned, Marty, right from the opening puck drop of game one.
Yeah, not much argument there. Again, Vancouver Giants bench now. No argument from that bench. And the best part is that it has been as consistent as right from the opening whistle of this series.
There were arguments in game one, no doubt, but game two, the standard was set, and it's been tremendously consistent, especially considering it's a rotating crew of linesmen doing the series.
I was just going to say that. It's not like we got the same linesmen for every game. It's been every crew.
Raiders off the offensive zone draw. Fonstad a shot, save, rebound. Weisblatt can't put it home. Tendick a couple big saves there. Weisblatt in the corner, he'll drop it down low. Gregor there to support. Roman, pocket picked by Weisblatt, tries to drive out front. And a great recovery by Roman, but he lost it again. This time Fonstad's shot. Tendick gets just a piece of it with a glove. Hayes plays it down low for Ozzy Weisblatt. He's flying out here in this shift. Weisblatt down to the corner for Gregor. He's cut off by Dylan Plouffe. And Plouffe able to work it ahead, sort of. Near side, Kanek-Liepert. Kanek-Liepert checked by Gregor. He'll send it far side for Roman. Roman protects the puck and lets it go to Justin Sordoff. And he'll start ahead. Sordoff over the red line. He'll chip it in. Sordoff gathers left corner. Checked by Pahal, and Hayes able to pull the puck free up the right side for Brett Leeson. Through neutral ice, Protas chips it. He's after it. Can't get to the puck, but he'll find it left corner. Looked like he had the angle on Buffaro, but Buffaro just knocks him off course. Now centered. Leeson a shot and a save made by Tendick. Left point, Sepego. Down low, Protas. Back to Sepego. He'll curl up the wall now. Sepego has a stick tied up. Good battle there by Dawson Holt, and the Giants come the other way. Dimitru checked by Jeremy Masilla. Good recovery there, and the Raiders are off again. Leeson, look at this, up the ice, left side. He lost the puck. And the Giants head the other way. Holt for Dimitru, down into the Raiders zone. Dimitru, high slot. Hardy, he scores. Owen Hardy finishes off the odd man rush. And Vancouver takes their first lead of the night. It's 2-1 with 4:43 to go in this first period.
Well, Owen Hardy picks up his fifth goal of the playoffs, and Vancouver Giants, they get the odd man rush going back the other way, take full advantage of it. Owen Hardy just tucks this one right inside the post. Good shot there by Owen Hardy. So now the Raiders have to dig a little deeper once again. They're down by one after opening up the scoring in this game.
All kinds of back and forth action. It just opens up for the Giants. They get that odd man rush. Hardy ends up the open man. He takes advantage. Just his fifth goal in the postseason, but a big one here to put his team in front in the first period. Face-off controlled by the Giants and chipped in.
Scored by number 15, Owen Hardy. Assist to number 22, Jared Dimitru. And number 19, Dawson Holt. Time of the goal.
So all three line mates get in on that one. A shot comes through. It's blocked. And the Raiders get it out to neutral ice. Dallas Hines across for Caleb Bullich. Bullich across for Hines. He'll start ahead. Hines up the middle. Chipped by Watson. Nielsen finds his shot. Rebound kicked out. And Kelly able to clear it out of harm's way. Up the near side, Hanoun helps it out to neutral ice. Hanoun has his stick pulled out of his hands by Jaden Joseph. So it's tough to make a play when that happens. The Giants have all the time in the world to reload. We've seen that all series, just that little bit of interference. Now when he pulled the stick right out of his hands, it's more than a little bit, but obstruction the whole way. Giants are going to send it down the ice. Icing is the call against Vancouver, and a face-off back into the Giants zone. 3:52 to go in this first period.
Well, and that Vancouver Giant goal comes after some great pressure by the Raiders. And, those are kind of the killer goals, because you put pressure on the Vancouver Giants and you don't get rewarded, and all of a sudden it comes back down the other way and you find you're scooping the puck out of the back of your net. But the Raiders just have to continue pushing here.
Montgomery out for the draw against Jared Dimitru. Dimitru able to pull it to the corner. Protas after it in deep, but it's worked behind the net for Bowen Byram. He'll go off the glass and it'll skip right up into the penalty box. And out of play, face-off, back into the Giant zone once again.
Yeah, this one definitely goes off the glass as they're trying to knock this one down the ice, and it ends up, as you say, down in the penalty box. So it is going to be a face-off coming all the way back into the Vancouver Giants, and they were trying to clear it out, but it does force a face-off down in that defensive zone.
Montgomery up against the latest goal scorer in Owen Hardy. Montgomery works the puck free down the right wall. It's Brayden Pahal. Into the corner, watched by Byram. Byram knocks it up the boards, kept in by Alexei Protas. Down low, Hardy works it up high again. Leeson able to keep it in. He'll find Montgomery. Montgomery left side works down the boards. Watched by Kanik Liepert. Montgomery spins off the check and Hardy comes in now. Takes Montgomery out, but Protas has it. He's tied up on the play by Kanik Liepert. And the Giants start ahead. Byram. Near side, Dimitru back in front. Byram has a stick lifted by Zach Hayes.
There was a slash that was missed there.
Yeah, Byram. No, it's a penalty.
Oh.
Byram slashed his man on the play. And that applause you hear is a delayed penalty against Bowen Byram. And now in on the forecheck. Sordiff is going to touch it. Bowen Byram heading off for slashing. And with 2:59 to go in this first period, Raiders down by 1. They'll get the first power play of the night.
Well, and that's a big blow for Vancouver when you lose Bowen Byram. And you're going on to the penalty kill, and the Raiders a great opportunity here with the first power play opportunity.
Raiders man advantage brought to you by Advantage Collision in Prince Albert. Formerly JG's, but still the little shop that cares.
And it was definitely a hard whack into the hands of Alex Protas. The back official, or the official down in the offensive zone there of Vancouver, didn't make that call. It was a very back official.
Back official picked it up. Raiders control the faceoff. Martin under pressure at the blue line. He'll just chip it in deep. Montgomery battling in the corner. He's watched there by Dylan Plouffe. Montgomery up to the left point. Martin. He'll slow it down near side. Gregor. Right point. Left side Leeson. In the circle. Leeson steps in towards the goal. Montgomery can't get his stick on it. And the Giants will find it and clear. Martin back to his own blue line. Martin near side Leeson. He'll bust into the offensive zone, driving wide. Leeson throws it in front. Hanoun steps in, fires it, save, rebound. Gregor puts it high. As Tendick able to get a piece of it, it pops up in the air. But Prince Albert gets it back. Martin across the top of the blue line. He'll switch with Hanoun, right circle Gregor. Up high, Dante Hanoun. Left circle, Brett Leeson. Back to Hanoun, 1:10 left in the man advantage. Hanoun shot blocked. Tipped up into the netting and out of play. Face off down in the Giants zone. 2:07 to go in this first period. Giants leading 2-1.
You can see Hanoun just trying to play this one right to the front of the goal. A couple of Raiders were converging there, looking for the possible tip, possible pass as well. But Hardy does a good job getting a stick on that puck.
Parker Kelly out for the draw against Jaden Joseph. Joseph, one of the excellent face-off men for this Giants team. And a couple big assists in Game 5 as well. Joseph will win that one back. Buffaro's got all kinds of time, but he won't clear. Fonstad holds at the line. Kelly up high, Fonstad. Fonstad blows a tire and heads up Dimitru the other way. Good recovery by Sapego. As Fonstad looking for the shot, he just caught an edge and went down. Great recovery by Sapego. Fonstad brings it back in. Left point Sapego, 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Right circle, Protas off the post. He beat Tendick far side, but it clanked off the bar. Raiders stay on it, right point Sapego. Into the circle, Protas skips away on him. He'll work it up high again for Fonstad, left point. Fonstad steps in, fires it. That one misses high on Tendick's left-hand side, blocker side. Sapego walks the blue line, right circle, Protas again. He'll wind up and drive. Not able to find the rebound far side was Weisblatt. 12 seconds on the man advantage. Fonstad, right point, Sapego. He'll walk the blue line, fakes, dishes to Weisblatt. High slot, Fonstad loads, fires, blocked, rebound, Weisblatt up high for Sapego. Weisblatt walks the zone, Byram out of the box. Near side, shot by Protas, and a save made. We're in the final minute for Carleton Honda. Giants kill it off, but the Raiders still on it. Protas down in the corner. He's got Weisblatt in front, tries to get it through. Weisblatt can't get a shot, but he'll find the puck. Kelly on the near wall. Works it down low, Weisblatt. High slot, Protas fires that one, blocked by Dimitri. Protas back on it, Kelly, backhand, he scores! Second of the night, Parker Kelly, we're all tied up at 2.
What a great job by this line for extending that power play. Basically, it's not a power play goal, but they just kept their foot on the gas and they just kept pushing. Great job by Alex Protas. Ozzy Weisblatt was amazing on that shift.
Goal brought to you by Venice House Pizza on second. His second of the night. 8th of the playoffs, scored by number 27, Parker Kelly. Assist to number 21, Alexei Protas. And number 19, Ozzy Weisblatt.
A huge shift there and a big goal. Giants on the puck now. Leeson pulls it free, 10 seconds. He'll drive up the ice. Wide on Byram. Leeson delays, puts it in a goal. Rebound, backhand save made by David Tennick. And now Byram, a late shot on Leeson. That draws the attention of the crowd. And now behind the net, Gregor gets tossed into the end boards by Dylan Plouffe. But you can tell the refs aren't going to put the Giants down again after that power play led indirectly to the Raider goal. Open season on Raider players after that sequence with 3.9 seconds remaining in the first.
The thing there is that the referees are right there on the spot. And once again, there's a possibility where you could take offsetting minors on that and just kill it. And just kill it right away. Bowen Byron standing right over top of Leeson and puts the cross check squarely right down on top of him.
Montgomery for the face-off. They'll look for a quick shot here after that rush by Leeson. 3.9 seconds to go, all tied up at 2 here in the first period. Montgomery steps in. They'll wait and do it again. Joseph and Montgomery. Puck is dropped. Comes back to Leeson. He can't get the shot. Leeson ends up dumping Hardy on the play. And now the buzzer sounds. And we head into the intermission all tied up at 2-2. We'll come back inside the Art Hauser Center. Teams taking to the ice for game number 6, period 2 of this Rogers WHL Championship Series. There's a reaction you hear as the Raiders step back on the ice. We're all knotted up at 2-2. While we have a moment, Marty, I just want to say hello. If anyone back in Vancouver has listened to our broadcast, we appreciate it. Of course, Dan O'Connor and Bill Wilbs do such a good job on Sportsnet 650. No better broadcasters than those two, but I just want to say that week we spent out in Langley, whether it be a time around the rink, at the hotel, out in the community, just fantastic. I know all the Raider fans that made the trip out to Langley were blown away by the hospitality, how inviting everybody was, and just kudos to everyone out there in Vancouver, because people cannot stop talking about how well they were treated, and I can echo that as well. It's a first-rate experience out there.
Absolutely, and for myself, traveling in and being your sidekick for that week out in Vancouver, we were treated first class, and everybody was. Had a couple of comments about my decibel readings here out of the Art Hauser Center. I would say the Langley Event Center was the loudest building that we were in for the playoffs for the opposition teams this season.
Yeah, outside of the Art Hauser Center, no question. It was fantastic on Friday night. And here we go, period number 2. The Great Canadian Oil Change opening faceoff is down, and we're underway. Just like the first period, Braden Pahal controls off the faceoff, dumps it in, and Brett Leeson retrieves. Leeson down into the corner. Protas drops it behind the net for Sean Montgomery. He's cut off by Nielsen, spins it back for Leeson. The Giants converge on him, back to the line. Pahal, shot tipped by Montgomery, and a pad save by Tendick. A close call there as that puck came skittering in on goal, and Tendick with a big save. Nielsen chips it ahead, and Zach Hayes will recover back in the defensive zone. Across for Pahal, up to the red line, chipped in by Brett Leeson, and the Raiders get a line change. Pafaro looking up the wall, he'll stretch it ahead to Tristan Nielsen. Too far for him, and an icing call against Vancouver. Face-off back in the Giant zone. 43 seconds gone in this second period.
And we do know that they're lots of people that haven't been able to get tickets, or there have been people that have been in attendance at games in the past. And big shout out to Jerry Lautner. I know that you're in Saskatoon, Royal University Hospital. I know that you're listening in. And also our good friend Don Mitchell as well. And Don would love to be here.
Absolutely. He's been a regular in these parts, and glad to have him tuned in tonight. Here's a pass up high for Justin Knackbauer, not able to pull the trigger. Feed out of the corner from Kelly, but the Giants converge. Kelly stays on the puck, left wall. Parker Kelly getting worked on by Jaden Joseph. Up the wall, held in by Sepago. Popped around behind the net. Hanoun looks to step off the boards. He's knocked down. Kelly finds it, though, into the high slot. Kelly on the backhand, curls it back up high. Left point, Sepago. Sepago towards the goal. It'll ricochet around behind. And now Byram turns it the other way for Vancouver. Ahead for Nielsen. He can't hang on. The Raiders bring it right back in. Parker Kelly for Hanoun, a backhander. And a quick save by Tendick. Raiders a good opening sequence here as the Giants send it the other way. Kelly gets a stick on it, so no icing. As it bounces down into the Raiders' own. Sepago ahead, Masella. He'll play near side for Kelly. End of a shift. He'll gain the red and dump it in cross corner for Fonstad. Kelly off on the change. Fonstad chases Plouffe. Plouffe will work it behind the net for Canuck Liepert. Pass up the middle off the skate of Gregor. Fonstad after it, but Canuck Liepert recovers. Out to neutralize. Hayes battling with Holt, and a good recovery there by Hayes. Dimitru chasing after it. He and Braden Pahal battle in the corner. Hayes pulls it free. Fonstad takes a hit on the near boards, but he'll swing it across for Pahal. Ahead, Weisblatt, now Gregor. Into the offensive zone, back to Weisblatt, back to Gregor, shot blocked, rebound side of the goal, swept aside. Pahal in front, that one skitters right through the blue paint. Hayes now a shot, kick save, rebound, Pahal tipped, save made by Tendick. On a crafty tip by Ozzy Weisblatt, Tendick keeps it out. Face off of the Giants zone, 2:21 gone in this second period. We're still tied at 2-2.
A bit of a shooting gallery on this shift for the Prince Albert Raiders. Everything going towards the net. Noah Gregor, Ozzy Weisblatt, Zach Hayes, Braden Pahal. We have 5 shots already recorded in this second period. 0 shots for the Vancouver Giants.
Sean Montgomery, Alex Protas, Brett Leeson out there. Shots, as you mentioned, Marty, brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Pahal and Hayes set up on the blue line. We'll see Roman with Kosh and Sorta for the Giants, Hines and Bullich, the defenders. Offensive zone, right circle, pulled back by Montgomery, right wall. Pahal drops, Protas, shot, save made, rebound out front. Montgomery gets dumped as he looks for it. And the Giants clear to neutralize. Hayes lost the puck, heads up here, Sorta busting in, and a good recovery there by Pahal and Hayes. But they don't clear. Bullich, right point across for Hines. His shot comes in, saved by Scott, rebound, sits at the side of the goal. It'll be chopped back in front. Scott hangs on this time. And a face-off back in the Prince Albert zone.
Boy, that one took a really strange kick off the pads of Ian Scott. Might have even got quickly underneath him, and it just squirts right back out to the right-hand side. Raiders fortunate there to be able to get a stick on it, just kind of guide it towards Ian Scott, who eventually covers it up.
On Parker Kelly's second goal of that first period, Robin Jensen is the winner on Man Northway GM Cadillacs. Shoots, he scores every time the Raiders score this postseason. Man Northway GM Cadillac via their Facebook page, giving away a $25 gift card. So 2 winners tonight, Tasha Woods and Robin Jensen, both courtesy of this man, Parker Kelly, who steps in on the face-off. Giants control, though, worked it in deep behind the Raider goal. Kelly back to retrieve, left corner. He'll curl away from pressure, plays it behind the net for Martin. Right corner, Sepago. Up the wall, Hanoun, he'll find Knackbauer. What a feed right through neutral ice. Knackbauer in, wrist shot, and Tendick just gets a piece of that one. Held right point by Hanoun, his shot through his screen. And Tendick sees that one as well. But Knackbauer sitting in front made that long shot by Hanoun a little more dangerous.
What a great feed that was out of the Raiders zone, right up the middle, right onto the stick of Knackbauer. Knackbauer was able to turn it up ice. Crafty little shot. He didn't miss the bottom corner by very much. Tendick has certainly been under fire a little bit here in this second period.
Gregor, Weisblatt, Fonstad out here for the face-off. Gregor on the draw against Jaden Joseph. Gregor jumps, or Fonstad may have, so Gregor comes out. Weisblatt steps in against Jaden Joseph. Joseph able to pull it back, and Byram Swings it up the near wall. Nielsen handles. Can't get it past Caden Gooley, though. Fonstad now loads and fires, just misses blocker side. Great play by Gooley to keep that puck in. Weisblatt dumped behind the net. He'll find Gregor. Gregor up high. Gooley, he'll hold it in for a moment, but the Giants recover and bank it out to neutral ice. Martin, the defensive zone up the middle. Can't connect with Fonstad, and it'll be an icing call against Prince Albert. 3:35 gone in this second period. Still knotted up at 2-2.
Well, Cole Fonstad tries to cut to the middle on this long lead pass coming up to him, and it just bounces over the stick, gets in between him and the two Vancouver Giant defenders, so it ends up being an icing call against the Raiders.
Noah Gregor for the defensive zone faceoff this time. He'll pull it back against Owen Hardy. Gooley takes the hit and works it near side for Fonstad. He'll lift it out to neutral ice, glove by Weisblatt. He's blown up on the play, and we'll see a hand pass as Gregor picked it up. Weisblatt gloved it down, playing it like a slot receiver catching a ball in traffic, and the middle linebacker comes across. That's what happened there. And the hand pass blows it down.
And both players were kind of prepared for the hit. They knew that there was going to be a collision. It was Weisblatt on the big Holt, and that was a big open ice hit there for both.
Noah Gregor on the face-off. The Giants chip it into the Raiders' zone. Hayes behind the net. He'll drop it off far corner. Nobody home as Dimitru pounces on that one for Vancouver. Drops it off now. Byram into the corner for Holt behind the net. Owen Hardy. Hardy battling with Bahal. They had plenty of engagements in Game 5 back in Vancouver. Gregor in there supporting. Look at this. Holt and Hardy working down low. It's worked up high now. Bafaro off the end boards. Bahal can't get up, or Hayes rather, as he's getting worked on by Holt. Now a shot from the wall. That one blocked on the way. Dimitru finds it. He'll curl up the wall. Hardy from the slot. A shot and a blocker save by Ian Scott. He'll knock it up and out of play. Face-off in the Raiders zone again. 4:25 into this second period. Byram comes in for a chat with Weisblatt. Fonstad steps in, and Giants looking to stir it up a little bit here in the second period.
You can see the Vancouver Giants are definitely trying to get under the skin of the Prince Albert Raiders. Couple of little extra jabs, extra little conversations taking place. I've always said the Prince Albert Raiders aren't shrinking violets neither, so there's probably a little bit going both ways.
Sean Montgomery and Davis Kosh on the draw. Montgomery bouncing puck. Looking for it. There was Roman, but he's tied up by Sapego. Roman gets it behind the net for Kosh. Kosh spinning away from Montgomery. Out front, a shot and a save made by Ian Scott. What a feed for Sordoff. And now a shot tipped in front. Scott recovers, and he'll cover up. Another face-off in the Raiders zone as the Giants get some momentum back on their side here as we approach the 5-minute mark of the second period.
Well, all of a sudden it's 5 shots on goal for the Vancouver Giants now in the second period as well. The Raiders have 6, but for the Vancouver Giants, it seems to be everything right now. Once again, start throwing it back towards that goal. Puck starts bouncing around, makes it really awkward. Raiders have to pay attention to these bouncing pucks.
Great work by Kosh and Roman down low, setting up Sordoff in front. And then that deflection on the way. Face off, this one controlled by the Raiders here. Spencer Moe up the ice, right wing side. He'll drive in wide, puts it on goal, and Tendick bounce it around behind. Hanoun finds it off the end boards. Can't put it on goal as it was bouncing. And Moe pounces on it behind the net now. Spencer Moe stripped of the puck. Roman up the right side for Davis Kosh. Kosh sends it left side for Plouffe. He'll take it off the bounce. Puts himself in offside, and now a face-off coming up right in front of the Giants bench as he couldn't handle that puck. Some more festivities continue, and this time the referees are going to say that's enough and take 2 out of the pile. Just like what you said at the end of the first, I mean, they keep letting it go. That's why they're getting this.
Yeah.
So now you try and set the tone, and you take caution, or Plouffe and Masella out, and we'll get 2 minutes of 4-on-4.
The big thing that's happening on this particular shift, you can see Kanak Liepert going after Sergei Sapego. You've got Masella going off already for offsetting minor. Vancouver knows that Max Martin isn't exactly 100%. And so, you know, putting a little bit of extra pressure on that Raider defensive core as well.
Could see Bowen Byram during that whole stoppage. He tried to get in front of Braden Pahal. Pahal went left. Byram cut in front of him. Pahal got by him, so Byron went and did a little loop past the Raider bench. And he's right in the middle of this. fully engaged here in game 6. 4-on-4 action, face-off controlled by the Raiders. Pahal takes it back into his own corner. He's checked by Watts, but works it behind the net now for Zach Hayes. Hayes outweights the forecheck of Jaden Joseph. Back to Pahal, back to Hayes. Hayes out of options. Vancouver's forecheckers keeping the Raiders hemmed in. And Hayes now side of the goal, loose puck. A close call there, but Hayes gets it out of harm's way. He'll swing it rink wide for Montgomery. Montgomery chips it in for Leeson. Battling with Bafaro down in the corner. He'll pull it free. Leeson's got Pahal in front, can't get it to him as Leeson was knocked to his knees. Gregor in off the bench looking for the puck in deep. Pulled free by Seth Bafaro. Bafaro lost it though. Here's Gregor. Fonstad with him. Gregor steps out of the corner, fires it. Glove save by Tinnick. Rebound. He can't find Fonstad back door. Fonstad on the far wall now. He'll chip it down low. Gregor after it again. This time Byram will take it behind the net. Nearly a costly turnover there for the Giants. But Tinnick, a huge glove save. Byram has it behind the net. 50 seconds left on this 4-on-4. Stretch pass up the middle for Roman, intercepted by Sapago. A heads-up play there by Sapago as Byram lulled the Raiders to sleep out of the defensive zone. Here's Kelly ahead for Hanoun. Offensive zone. Hanoun looks to shoot. And he didn't get much on that one. It'll dribble in on Tindick. He hangs on, face-off down in the Vancouver zone.
That was a really good read on the play by the Prince Albert Raiders. You've got Bowen Byram. He comes out, and he's just very slowly coming out of his end, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's just a rocket right up the middle. Raiders able to get a stick on it, and then have the play come back down the other way.
13:24 remaining in the second period. 2-2 the score. Raiders control the draw, still at 4-on-4. Pahal, right wall, watched by Roman. Pahal keeps the legs moving and finds Hanoun now. Hanoun curls in the far corner. He's got Pahal in front. He'll walk it around behind the net instead. Bounced by Dallas Hines. And Kanik Leeper pulls it free for Vancouver. Hanoun hard in pursuit. Roman plays it back for Hines. Near side, it's Kosh. Kosh checked by Kelly. He'll absorb it and work it up the middle for Roman. Back to Kanik Leepert. Out of the box come Plouffe and Masella. And we're back to 5-on-5. 2-2 the score here in game 6. Kanik Leepert back for Byram. Byram finds his way into the offensive zone. He'll flip it in. And Hayes back to collect. Byram after him, pulled free by Montgomery. And Protas eats it along the boards. He's checked by Hardy. Montgomery supporting him. Protas knocked off the puck, but the Giants can't keep it. Leeson was nearly off to the races. A recovery by Dimitru breaks up that chance, and the Raiders flip it down into the Giants zone. Plouffe. He'll curl back behind his own net. Brett Leeson just inches from being gone there. A big recovery by Dimitru. Played ahead now. Dawson Holt will chip it in left corner, and he'll collect himself. Watched by Masella. He'll play it down low. Sapago now battling with Owen Hardy. Hardy, a big forward working down there. He'll protect the puck and drop it off for Holt. Holt spins away from Masella. Looks to play it behind the net. That one cut off by Montgomery, and he'll thread it up the middle for Protas. Protas feed for Leeson, hits him and stays in the zone. Now up high, Plouffe a one-timer, blocked by Masella. Giants keep the zone. Caleb Bullich down the right wall, puts it towards the front of the goal, blocked by Masella. Near wall, it's Joseph. Back to Bullich. He'll control on the near wall. Bullich floats it behind the net. Leeson there to pick it up. He's checked by Nielsen, can't move it very far. Back behind the net, Masella will play it ahead for Protas. It'll skip past him and all the way down, icing the call here against the Raiders. 11:15 remaining in the second, and the Giants had them scrambling there.
Giants had them scrambling, and this all comes back to a play. Alex Protas comes out of the corner, and it's going to be a timeout call here by Mark Habshai, as he knows that these guys are out of gas. But Alex Protas came out of the corner. He's on the left side, and all of a sudden he tries to go that cross ice pass. We haven't seen that play out of the Raiders. It's been chip it up the wall, get the pass up the wall, but certainly you don't make that cross ice until you get it out over your blue line. And all of a sudden, all H is breaking loose down there in the Raiders zone.
Yeah, no doubt about that. I think the message will be keep it simple, especially in this second period when it's a long change. You can get hemmed in your zone pretty easy, but the Raiders will take a break and get things checked out here with a timeout. And if you haven't yet, it's always a good time in the spring to head on down to OK Tire get your car checked out, serviced up, and ready to go for the summer season.
Well, we see all kinds of messages from people. Saw a message, Mac Homes. It's a senior care home here in Prince Albert, and it's a gathering of all the seniors. And I know that they're in front watching that TV, and it's WHL Live. Hope they've got us on.
Yeah, no doubt.
But shout out to Mac Holmes. It was just so great to see.
Hello to them, and whoever's listening tonight, happy Mother's Day to everybody. And we've got ourselves quite the game here at the Hauser Center. Gregor pulls back the defensive zone face-off. Pahal up the wall. Roman looks to hold, but Fonstad pulls it free right side. He'll hit Weisblad into the zone. He's blown up as he pulls the trigger. Byram got Weisblad there as he took the shot, or Kanik Liepert rather. And Tennick ends up with a save. Weisblad pops right up, and the Giants come the other way, sort of. Stripped to the puck behind the net. Pahal plants Kosh away from the puck. And Fonstad up the middle, chipped in by Gregor. Out to neutral ice. Weisblad collects now. He'll send it across for Cole Fonstad. Fonstad battling with Dallas Hines. Gregor supporting him. And the Giants pull it free. Out to neutral ice. Sapego gloves it ahead. Picked up now by Milos Roman. Roman along the boards in front of the Giants bench. Nearly too many men there for the Giants, as their defenseman had to run and jump into the bench there to get out of the play. Raiders regroup behind their own net. Sapego near wall. He'll advance for Fonstad. Fonstad's got Mo up the middle. He'll flip it down the ice. Dylan Plouffe collects in his own zone midway through this second period. Still tied up at 2-2. Joseph chips it in. Sapego recovers and knocks it up the wall in the corner. Nielsen down low for Joseph. He'll curl around behind the net. Centers it. Picked off by Kelly. And he thought he was gone. Couldn't chip the puck past Plouffe. And the Giants sent it back into the Raiders zone. Kelly just needed to get it past Plouffe there, and he had a lane to the net from his own blue line. Plouffe breaks it up. The Raiders come ahead again. Hanoun over the offensive blue line, but offside was Kelly. Hanoun makes a move on the defender. Danced. Second period here at the Hauser Center, 2-2 the score. Parker Kelly gets knocked down in neutral ice there. Kelly and the crowd clamoring for a call. The referees having nothing of it. And a hand pass called against the Raiders in neutral ice.
Yeah, Parker Kelly's arguing the hand pass call as he's kind of sliding by. It just goes right off the fingertips there. Nonetheless, it's a face-off coming right back to center ice.
Hanoun at center ice against Milos Roman. Shots right now 25-15 for the Raiders. Brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. 2-2 the score here in Game 6. Raiders a chance to end it tonight. Giants looking to force a Game 7 tomorrow. Up the near wall, Justin Sordoff. He'll center, and Milos Roman busting into the Raiders zone. Cuts to the slot, lost the puck. He had a good burst there, but he'll find Kosh now. Left side, up high, Hines, one-timer. That one blockered aside by Ian Scott. Two Raiders down for the block in front of that one, and he whistled that one through top corner, and Scott gets a blocker in the way.
Big Dallas Hines unloads on that shot, and it was definitely going up high. No chance for a deflection on that one, but the Raiders, as you mentioned, both players going down, trying to slide out for the block.
Face-off is in the Raiders zone to the right of Ian Scott. We'll see Sean Montgomery here. Line up against Owen Hardy. Montgomery wins it. Pahal behind the net for Hayes. He'll rim it up the boards for Protas. Protas looks to center. Kept in by Vancouver, but Pahal recovers. Out to neutral ice, Leeson. He's checked in front of the Vancouver bench, but works it ahead. It'll settle down in the Giant zone. Near side, Byram turns it ahead. Red lining in. Kicks off the glass right out front. Ian Scott knows the funny bounces in this building, so he'll just hang on and cover up. Hardy comes in late and plants himself right on top of Scott, so Leeson gives him a shot. And a face-off down in the Raiders zone again.
And that definitely was an awkward bounce. The puck kind of was butterflying into the glass, goes right off a stanchion, ends up right to the side of the goal of Ian Scott.
Sean Montgomery, Jaden Joseph on the draw. To the left of Ian Scott. Giants looking to get the go-ahead goal. Kanik Liepert at the line. Left side, Byram sends it around behind the net. Hayes will collect there, And he'll work it ahead for Alex Protas. Chipped out to neutral ice. Canuck Liepert handles for Vancouver. Byram and Canuck Liepert go back and forth. He'll send it up the middle, chipped in by Braden Watts. Scott will handle, plays it near side. Martin checked by Joseph. Montgomery on it. It bounces behind the net for Hayes. He'll spin it far side. Leeson there to collect, but he lost it to Braden Watts. Played near side. Joseph can't get to it, and the Raiders clear to neutral ice again. Montgomery on a bouncing puck at the Vancouver line, handled by Watts. And it's lifted out to the Raider blue line. Hayes ahead for Protas. That one off a stick and bounces into the Vancouver zone. Under 8 minutes to go in this second period. 2-2 the score as the crowd urges the Raiders on. Gregor, the only Raider down in the Vancouver zone as the Giants bring it ahead by Roman. Up the middle. And now a tripping call against Masella as Kosh chipped it in and went after it. He looked to turn the corner on Masella, went down. And interference is the call here against Jeremy Masella. The Giants will get their first power play of the night. 7:35 to go in this second period.
Well, perhaps a bit of adversity here for the Raiders to have to overcome going on to their first penalty kill. We've had a couple of offset. We had the offsetting minors. Masella was off previously, but this time he's off on his own. It's an interference call. As you mentioned, Kosh was trying to step around him, stumbles around, and Masella picks up that 2-minute minor.
Raiders penalty kill brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Sean Montgomery on the draw on the wall. Hayes finds it. He'll send it off the glass and down the ice. Brett Leeson in hard after it. Forces Tendick out of his net. He'll work it up the glass and handled now by Byram. Bowen Byram starts out of the defensive zone. He'll work left side. Gains a red line and dumps it in. Ian Scott out of his net. He'll send it up the glass. It'll get past Valenti. And now heads up Montgomery. He's got a break. He's got Leeson with him. Montgomery across Leeson. Gloves it down as it was off a stick. Leeson has it now. Montgomery got clipped. Had he fallen, that likely would have been a penalty. But he stays on his skates. And that was just enough to allow the Giants to break up the rush. Now Sepago turns it ahead. Here's Kelly. Shorthanded Parker Kelly. Shot save made by Tendick. Rebound. Kelly jams away. Tendick keeps it out. Kelly staying on the puck behind the net. Giants come away with it. And a minute remaining in this penalty kill. Kelly chases Plouffe out now. Right sides for Sveikovsky. Off his stick, he'll chip it in as he's checked by Sepago on the end boards. Along the wall, it's worked free. Max Martin this time sends it up into the benches and out of play as he had to duck a check just as he delivered that one. Face off into the Raiders zone. 6:19 to go in the second. 44 seconds left in this penalty kill for Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader.
What a great couple of plays there by the Raiders. Sean Montgomery, just a little bit of a stutter here, but him and Leeson break down and then follow that up. They get the line change on the fly. Parker Kelly comes out with Dante Hanoun, and they just apply as much pressure.
Montgomery wins the draw. Pahal gets the clear off the glove of Canuck Liepert. They're going to say, and the faceoff comes outside as it goes up into the Vancouver bench. Canuck Liepert did everything he could to jump up and glove that one down. The faceoff back out to neutral ice. Milos Roman and Sean Montgomery on the draw. Montgomery pulls it back, and now Roman pounces on it for Vancouver. Down the wall, it's centered for Braden Watts, near side Canuck Liepert. The Giants set up. Canuck Liepert sinks back to the wall up high. Dimitru shot, rebound in front. Ian Scott scrambling, loose puck, he can't find it. Shot, that one deflected up and out of play. Oh boy, all kinds of action at the Raider goal, but they keep it out.
Well, Ian Scott, he kept his eye on the prize there, and he tries to reach out to get this one, and all of a sudden it gets kicked away, and he is definitely out of position. It's just a mad scramble in there. Ends up being a player right underneath the back legs of Ian Scott. It was hard for him to get himself back into position. Eventually the shot goes up and over into the back netting.
Yeah, he's chatting with the referee there saying, what can I do? The guy's laying on me. 22 seconds left in the penalty kill. Giants win the draw. They'll set up. Canuck Liepert down the wall for Bowen Byram left side. Byram steps off the boards. He'll shoot. That one deflected wide on the blocker side. Sveikovsky Down low for Watts. Sveikovsky out of the corner, looks to center for Byram. That one doesn't get through, but he'll get it up high now for Byram. Masella set to rejoin the play. Hayes breaks it up. Here's Leeson up the ice. He's got Montgomery joining late. Leeson cuts to the slot, puts it just wide on the short side. He had Tendek cutting across. Had the near side open, but he just missed the mark. But a big kill there for Prince Albert. Here's Roman. Up the ice, drops it off for Dawson Holt. He'll chip it in. Max Martin absorbs the hit, works it ahead for Hanoun. And here come the Raiders. Kelly redlining in. Hanoun there to pick it up, battling with Bafaro. He'll work it free. Mo spinning off a check of Dylan Plouffe. He'll drop it off for Hanoun. Hanoun out of the corner, spins away from Bafaro. Out front looking for Mo, broken up. Loose puck handled by the Giants. And Holt heads out to neutral ice. He's checked by Dante Hanoun as he gets the puck in deep. Max Martin collects behind the net. Under 5 minutes remaining in this second period. Still tied up at 2-2. Parker Kelly. He's got both Raider goals so far. He'll bring it into the Vancouver zone. Spins away from Bafaro. He'll take it down into the corner, waiting for help from Weisblatt. Bouncing puck, Plouffe finds it. Up the wall in the Giants' control. Watts out to neutral ice. Hayes cuts him off at the red line. Joseph follows up. He'll work it back to Bafaro. Bafaro up the middle, Holt near side. Joseph and Watts brings it in. Watts right side, puts it on goal, and Ian Scott will hang on. 4:10 to go in this second period. Face-off in the Prince Albert zone.
Well, a great penalty kill once again in this period by the Raiders, and now we got things opening up a little bit, but Parker Kelly just continues to be on a mission. Weisblatt comes in off the bench, another solid shift for him. Now we've got the Gregor Fonstad Weisblatt line out, face off down in the Prince Albert Raiders defensive zone.
Noah Gregor and Davis Koch. The referee is going to have a chat with, or check the glass over in the corner. What's going on there?
I think there was just something that was knocked down in the corner, so they picked it up.
So we're ready to go now. Gregor and Koch, left circle in the defensive zone. Gregor pulls it back, and Pahal, he's got time to collect that one. No pressure here from the Giants. Switch things up a little bit here late in the second. Pahal brings it ahead. He'll skate it all the way towards the red line, shy of the red line though. And he'll dump it down for icing. Face-off back into the Prince Albert zone. I think the Raiders just weren't ready for the Giants to not do anything there.
Yeah, they're almost lulled to sleep there as all of a sudden there was no forecheck. Everybody was skating backwards, and Braden Pahal, he just had to get that red line before he dumps it in.
And sort of was closing, but if Pahal had turned on the Jets, he would have had a better shot at getting to that red line. Now the Giants win the draw. They'll set up in the offensive zone. Sort of puts it on goal, and a pad save by Ian Scott. Back to the line, Kanik Liepert. He'll center towards the goal, blocked by Fonstad. Loose puck handled by Sordoff. Up high, Kanik Liepert works it into the high slot now for Milos Roman. Roman down the left wall. He'll slide it down low for Justin Sordoff. Sordoff watched by Hayes. Drops it off for Koch. Koch and Gregor battle behind the net. Koch comes away with it. Looks to center. Broken up by Gregor. And Fonstad goes off the glass and down the ice. Kanik Liepert controls in his own zone for Vancouver. Up the right side, he'll bring it to Roman. Roman gains the Raiders' zone. Drops now for Davis Koch. Backhander behind the net. Masella in there, clipped by Roman. Ends up being knocked down behind the net. Montgomery will outlet it to Brett Leeson. Leeson, room to skate. He'll bring it ahead now for Protas. Protas into the offensive zone, back down low, looking for Brett Leeson. Protas collects left corner. Up high now, Masella. Across the blue line, Sapego. Sapego in front looking for Protas. It'll find him now left corner. Protas battling with Dylan Plouffe. Supporting is Leeson. Leeson comes out with it. Centers, nobody home, and Koch there to intercept for Vancouver. And he'll just relieve the pressure all the way down, icing the call against the Giants. Face-off back into the Vancouver zone here. 2.5 to go in the second. All knotted up at 2-2.
Well, this is big here now as the Raiders were able to change up the line. Vancouver Giants can't make the change. Now Vancouver calls their timeout. So both teams are blowing their timeouts in this period, both on similar plays. It's an icing call, and you're just trying to relieve the pressure. And Vancouver could certainly sense that they didn't like the lineup that was coming out there. Obviously, Parker Kelly, Dante Hanoun, Spencer Mole moved up onto that line, as we've seen so many times through the playoffs, kind of the last half of the game. Mo gets moved up. Knockbauer gets dropped back. I would think if it gets a little physical again, you'll see Justin Knockbauer back out there.
While we have a quick moment to look at your Outertown scoreboard, brought to you by Prince Albert Alarm Systems, your home automation and security experts. I mentioned in the pregame, this is the only major junior series left in the OHL. Guelph has defeated Ottawa. Comeback there. They were down 2-0, 1-4-2 that series. They're gone to the Memorial Cup. Rouyn-Noranda has won the Quebec League. Halifax is in as host. In the NHL today, Boston beats Carolina 6-2. They lead that series 2-0. And the Toronto Raptors have a 3-point lead late in the fourth on Philadelphia in Game 7. Back underway here. Face off in the Giant zone, Kelly and Dimitru. They both jump, so they'll both get to stay in. Some quick instruction as Kelly steps in again. Dimitru pulls it to the wall. Hanoun up high for Sepego. He'll bounce it around behind the net. Mo looking for it. Bafaro able to get there first for Vancouver, and the Giants chip it to the line, held by Sepego. Right side, Kelly fires it, and a save made by David Tendick. He'll hang on. Parker Kelly has been all over the place here tonight.
Parker Kelly has certainly been in the right place at the right time. Gets another really good shot in here. Have to do another shutout. Couple of the most recent broadcasters for the Prince Albert Raiders, Brian Munsey. I know he's been listening in the whole time here through the playoffs. And again, Drew Wilson. And they can't be more excited for you and me, Trevor, to have this opportunity right now.
We're pretty lucky to be here tonight. And now a centering feed, looking for Kelly, touched by a high stick out of the corner. That was Mo, but Kelly knocked it down just a little over the shoulder. It'll come back out to neutral ice, and that last shot by Parker Kelly was his 6th of the night. He leads all skaters in this contest, and he whatever he had for breakfast this morning is working. He's been flying.
It's at home cooking.
That's right.
You know, I mean, the players come back yesterday. They're back into their own beds. They're back into their billet homes, billet mums, cooking the suppers. So whatever the secret recipe is.
2 1/4 to go in this second period. All tied up at 2-2. Hanoun looks to go straight ahead on the neutral zone draw. Turn back, and now Jaden Joseph. Here he is, cuts to the net. Backhand save made by Ian Scott. Scramble play behind the net. Worked into the right corner, and Kelly checked by Nielsen before he can move it out. Hanoun, though, pounces on the puck for Prince Albert. He'll thread it up the middle for Knockbauer. Drops for Kelly. Cutting in. Kelly has shot blocked by Kanik Liepert. Hanoun keeps the puck for the Raiders, though. Backhands it towards the goal, glove down by Kelly. Going for the corner, he's knocked down by Kanik Liepert. Hanoun gets it back. Kelly out front. Knockbauer can't get a stick on it. And the Giants get it out of harm's way. Nielsen for Joseph, left side. Byram way up in the play. Lost the puck. 2-on-1. Fonstad with Weisblatt. Fonstad can't get it past a sprawling Alex Kanik Liepert. What a play to break that one up. Weisblatt down in the corner, pulls it free. He'll work it up high. Sepego. Top of the zone, Masella. Masella, right corner. Slides it down past Gregor. Byram looking for it. Tied up on the play. Fonstad off the wall. He's tied up. And Nielsen comes the other way. He'll gain the red line and get it in deep. Both sides get a line change. Final minute here, brought to you by Carlton Honda. Raiders back up the ice. Here's Gregor. Takes the feed. He's in. Gregor driving wide circles. Wrap around. Kept out. Somehow the Giants kept that one out. Gregor on the right wall. He'll play it down low. Weisblatt. 40 seconds remaining. He looks to center. And it's cut off by Dallas Hines. Hines ahead for the Giants. Right side, Holt. Holt sends it in deep. Centering feed off the back of the Raider goal. And Montgomery chips it out to neutral ice. 20 seconds remaining in this second period. 2-2 the score. Up the left side, Montgomery looks to break it up. It goes off his stick and back into the Raiders' zone. Played near side, Protas trying to advance to Montgomery. Cut off by Dimitru. Less than 10 seconds to go. Masella has it back in the right corner. He's bumped. Montgomery after it. Pulled free. Dimitru near side. Ploof. Shot. Save made by Ian Scott. Right at the buzzer. Wow, Ian Scott. A big stop to punctuate this second period. 2-2 the score after 40 minutes of play. We'll step aside and we'll see who's got the will to get it done here in the final frame.
Well, this is a gut check period, obviously, and the Raiders definitely want to seal the deal. even though that they know they've got another opportunity in their back pocket. But you know, you want to close this thing off, and it's 2-2 right now. It's been an absolutely terrific hockey game, and full credit to both teams and the officials on the ice. They're letting them play.
Yeah, every great job all around. Both teams are playing great hockey. Tendick and Scott have been kicking them out with some big saves each way. The linesmen, we mentioned those icing calls. They have been so consistent on those. The referees have set the standard and stuck with it. As much as we question some of the stuff that gets let go, they let it go every time. So, you can't complain too much about that. Getting set for period number 3 in your Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. Raiders potentially 20 minutes away from glory here if they can get the job done.
Yeah, and it's interesting to watch the lineups. Again, some little tweaking of some of the lines. It's interesting to see who Bowen Byram is out on the ice with. They're definitely trying to keep him away from the Noah Gregor line. Gregor has really been a bit of a thorn in his side. He's the one guy speed-wise that can chase him down and put some pressure on him. But, he's out on the ice for this opening shift here to start off this third period. And it's against, right now, the hottest line for the Prince Albert Raiders in this game. Parker Kelly, Justin Knockbauer, and Dante Hanoun at center ice.
In big moments like this, in big games, you look for big players to step it up. We've seen Bowen Byram all night long. We've seen David Tendick on that Vancouver side kicking him out. We've seen Parker Kelly with a couple goals tonight. Ian Scott making some huge saves. And up and down this Raider lineup, I mean, whether it's Hanoun, Montgomery, Gregor, you go all the way down the list. Justin Knockbauer's made his presence felt. Weisblatt, Fonstad, I mean, these guys are Protus. These guys are making their impact felt here tonight, and not to mention the great job by all 6 defenders on this Raider side.
They certainly are. We're just having a little bit of a delay here. I did mention it was considerably warmer in the building here tonight. Obviously, we've got 3,289 fans in attendance. They're boisterous, they're loud at least. And so just a little bit of a delay here, allowing the ice to fully freeze, because there still is a little bit of laying water out there. Cannot stress it enough how important the next goal is in this hockey game for either team. You know, if it's the Raiders, look out, because this place is going to explode, and the Raiders have such a good shutdown game.
We've seen how they play with third period leads all year long. It's been consistent start to finish. And we talked about the ice conditions in Vancouver. It got messy in the third period. And the Art Hauser Center maybe a little more insulated than the Langley Event Center, but still a warm day outside. It's not plus 29, but it's in the mid-teens.
No.
And then you get nearly, 35 or whatever's in here.
You get body
There's a
heat.
lot of heat in here.
You get body heat. Plus, they're cheering loud. We've got the Go Raiders Go chant going, and they're ready to go. And we're ready for the last 20 minutes here of what is proving to be a very exciting Game 6.
To center ice we go. We'll see Dante Hanoun step in. Linesman's going to go back and check behind Ian Scott's goal now, and looks like they're going to pull out the plunger and they're going to squeegee the ice a little bit. Not plunger, the squeegee, the other appliance comes out here. So these linesmen, they're multifaceted. Mike Roberts, he's got the squeegee in his hand, and he's going to go push a little bit of water around here, and a couple areas where it's just laying around. And I mean, you see it at every level.
Yeah.
The NHL buildings, they're maybe a little more equipped for this, but not too long ago, if you saw a conference final or an NHL final in the southern states, whether it be a Carolina or a Dallas or LA, wherever it may be, the ice conditions were just atrocious. The technology is picked up now, but especially in these older rinks, it is not built to play hockey in May, but play hockey in May is exactly what we're doing here, and everybody in attendance is thrilled that we are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a long time coming to be playing hockey in May, and it's what every team aspires to do when they start off at the start of their season. It was a 68-game schedule this year, 4-game reduction from the previous years, trying to get things matched up a little bit with the OHL and the Quebec Major Junior Hockey Leagues, and the winner of this series is trying to get themselves prepared to make arrangements to go to Halifax. Have to talk a little bit about Guelph and Ottawa. I mean,
wow.
Oh my goodness. Ottawa goes into the playoffs they were 14-0, and unfortunately Michael DiPietro, who everybody will remember was the starter for the World Juniors. Ian Scott was also on that team as a goaltender, but Michael DiPietro gets hurt in game 2 of that series. Ottawa went on to win it, and then they lost 4 straight.
Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. But that Guelph Storms, I did a little bit of research on them. They're built for the playoffs. They've got 15 players, 3 20-year-olds, 12 19-year-olds on that team this season. 12 of them have been drafted.
Well, not to mention Guelph was down 3-0 to the London Knights in round 2. They came back and won in game 7. They were down 3-1 to Saginaw in the league semifinal. They came back and won. They overcame a 3-game deficit, a 2-game deficit, and a 2-game deficit. So you have to assume, I saw this on Twitter earlier today, shout out again to Lucas Pancari for some of the stats he's providing as our OHL insider here. Don't be surprised if Guelph drops the first 2 games of the Memorial Cup just to get comfortable. That's what they like doing. They like digging themselves out of the hole.
Well, they certainly did in this year's playoffs. It's pretty incredible, and this is a long delay. The ice conditions at the Langley Event Center were borderline questionable when we got into the latter half, the last half of the second periods, never mind the third period. So at any rate, it is what it is, and it's a little anticlimactic for the start here of this third period because everybody's just anticipating. They're just revving up and getting ready to go.
Well, and they spent a long while squeegeeing the Vancouver zone, and the Raiders bench going, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, the Zambonis putting equal water at both ends, so now they're going to make sure they get it done down at this Prince Albert, and maybe just one squeegee available here at the Hauser Center too. I don't know who drew how Mike Roberts ended up drawing the short straw there. There's 2 linesmen out here, but
he's going to be tuckered out before he's done.
Yeah, Sean Dufour's just hanging out behind the benches. He's doing all right.
Oh, he's keeping the players separated. Somebody's got to do that.
Somebody's got to be in there. A long delay.
Now we got the wave started here at the Hauser Center. I'll tell you what, these fans, they weren't sure that they were going to get a chance to watch their Prince Albert Raiders play again this season, win or lose out in Vancouver. So they're just enjoying every minute of this opportunity here in Game 6.
All right, once again, it's time for the Great Canadian Oil Change opening face-off. The teams have inspected their defensive zones, and the water now frozen, and we're ready to go. Sean Montgomery, Jaden Joseph for the draw. Listen to the crowd kick this one off. Joseph wins the face-off for the Giants, and they'll start out of the defensive zone. Bowen Byram back to Seth Bafaro. He'll swing it up the right side. Nobody home. It'll carry all the way down for icing. And after an anticlimactic build-up to the third period, we see an icing call 13 seconds in. It'll take us a little while to get going here in the final frame.
Yeah, it's going to take us a little while to get going, but, once again, it is a offensive zone face-off for the Prince Albert Raiders, obviously. Defensive zone face-off for the Vancouver Giants. But these face-offs become crucial, and Sean Montgomery has been very, very good on the draws.
Montgomery in, and he'll win this one back. Braden Pahal down the right wall for Leeson, looking for Hayes swinging down the left side, but good coverage there by Tristan Nielsen to read that and break it up. Giants bring it ahead now. Nielsen into the offensive zone. He's got Watts with him. Centers back to Joseph. Spins it towards the goal. It'll bounce around in front. Joseph now up high. Blue floats, fires. That one blocked on the way. And Hayes will bank it around behind the net. Braden Pahal flushed out by Joseph. He'll send it left side for Protas. And Protas skates it right in, left wing side, cuts around the defender, Protas, Leeson, shot, save made by Tendick. Oh boy, what a move by Alexei Protas. And Leeson unloaded on that shot from the slot.
Well, on this rush up the ice, it was almost like it was in slow motion. Alex Protas very, very calmly weaves his way up. There was a mass change taking place right at the Vancouver Giants bench, and then he eventually gets it into the slot for Brett Leeson.
Dante Hanoun out for this face-off. Offensive zone again for Prince Albert. Nakbar on his left, Kelly on his right. Owen Hardy able to win it for the Giants. And it's worked up right side. Played down into the Raiders zone, and Masella collects. He'll work it ahead for Parker Kelly. Checked by Hardy. He'll bank it down into the Vancouver zone, and it bounces away from Plouffe. Knackbauer closing in on him. He'll send it behind the net for Kanik Liepert. Up the wall, Sepago keeps it in. Knackbauer collects down low, comes out front, and Dimitru there to pick it up for Vancouver. Giants under pressure. They'll send it down again, and it will have enough for icing. As Holt and Sepago get tangled up, they'll both pop up before they hit the end boards. Another face-off in the Vancouver zone, a minute 16 into this third period. Tied up at 2-2 here in Game 6.
Great foot race there between Holt and Sepago. Masella was out there as well, but it was Sepago that really chases this one down and forces that icing call.
Gregor line out here now. The Raiders rolling him through. The Holt line stuck out there for Vancouver. But Owen Hardy able to win the draw. Plouffe behind the net. He'll chip it to Kanik Liepert. And he'll start ahead. Kanik Liepert looks to center. Weisblatt all over him, but he'll stay on it. Kanik Liepert into the offensive zone. Puts it on goal, and a save made by Scott. Bouncing puck side of the goal. Pulled free by Pahal. And he'll turn it back behind the net. Pahal turns tight up the right side. Stretches it up the middle for Fonstad. Off the skate, back to Pahal. Into the zone. Pahal looks to shoot. The puck bounces on him. And he'll keep it down low. Puck bouncing all over the place here to start the third period. And the Giants come the other way, sort of. Red lining in. Masella protects the puck. Pahal up the wall, cut off there by Bowen Byram. Puck bounces away on him, too. And Montgomery now jams it behind the net, bounces to Pahal. Pahal up the wall, glove down by Leeson. This thing bouncing all over, sort of. Alone in front, Kosh in tight. Can't get the shot away. A diving play by Braden Pahal to break up that chance for Davis Kosh. Raiders send it down the ice, heads up. Leeson battling now with Bufaro. Left corner, Leeson has the puck. Spinning away from Bufaro. Pulled free by Montgomery. Montgomery down below the goal line. He'll find Protas. Out front, Leeson can't get a stick on it in front. And the Giants head the other way. Kosh lifts it out to neutral ice, picked up by Montgomery. He'll send it back in. Bouncing puck, Protas can't control. Back to neutral ice, Protas and Montgomery pinned up against the boards. Protas chasing it into the offensive zone. Byram picks it up for Vancouver. And Roman starts ahead. 3 minutes gone in this third period. Chances at both ends, but no scoring. Sepago up the near side for Martin, off the wall. High into neutral ice, and Hines will play it across for Caleb Bullich. Bullich back to Hines. Knackbauer nearly got that one, but Hines ahead, chipped in by Nielsen, and that'll come right in on Scott. He'll glove it down and hang on. Face-off in the Raiders zone, 3:15 gone in this third period.
Well, as aggressive as Ian Scott has been playing the puck, he has a good read on this play. It's just a dump in coming in, bit of an awkward attack coming at him, and he elects to just hang on to this one. It allows the Raiders to change things up, make sure that they've got their line combination intact.
Hanoun and Dimitru on the draw. Down in Raider territory, Hanoun able to kick it back for Braden Pahal, and he'll work it up the near side for Parker Kelly. Hines closing in on him, but he'll flip it out to neutral ice. Knackbauer chasing Sveikovsky, caught up in the linesman's skates, but Lucas Sveikovsky gets it back. Red line and in. Glove down by Hayes, heads up, bouncing puck, pulled free by Hanoun. Near wall, the Giants have it. To the line, Bullich, right wall. Sveikovsky puts it on net. Rebound! He scores! On the rebound, the Giants tuck it in, and it's a 3-2 Vancouver lead. Johnny on the spot is the captain, Jared Dimitru. And Vancouver gets the all-important go-ahead goal here. 3:40 into the third period.
A very important goal for the Vancouver Giants. Very important goal in this hockey game, as all of a sudden the puck just got bouncing around a little bit. Dimitru was all by himself. He puts a good little move on Ian Scott, and he was able to somehow get this one underneath the pads.
Yeah, the shot comes in, the rebound kicks out, and Scott gets a piece of it, but not enough.
Number 22, Jared Dimitru. Assist to number 28, Lucas Sveikovsky, and number 27, Seth Bufaro. Time of the goal, 3:40.
How about this final series for Jared Dimitru? 2 goals, 5 assists now in the 6th game. And that's a big one there for the Giants as they take a lead. Nielsen now into the Raiders zone, loads and fires out when ricochets off a leg and wide. Picked up now by Ozzy Weisblatt. He'll center for Sepago. And he'll head up the ice leading the rush. Sapego with Nielsen after him. Plays it in deep. Fonstad collects right corner. He's got Weisblatt in front. He can't get it there as Plouffe able to recover in time. Weisblatt keeps it in the zone. Down the wall for Gregor. Gregor walks the blue line. And he'll look to dish for Martin. Back down the wall. Weisblatt near side. Weisblatt steps off the boards. He'll switch with Gregor on the near wall. Gregor spins it towards a goal. It's blocked and bounces out to neutral ice. Sapego ahead for Noah Gregor. Bouncing puck. Weisblatt chops it in, and he'll skate into the Giants zone. Closed on by Plouffe, and he can't get to the net. The Giants bank it out, and Hayes has it at his own blue line. Ahead now Protas. Back to Zach Hayes. Back to Protas near side. He'll take it in. Protas loads, puts it back door. Not able to get a stick on it was Leeson. Montgomery down low for Leeson. Back to Montgomery. Steps out front, can't get the shot away as he's tied up. Clear to the line, Pahal holds. He'll put it in. Rebound. Montgomery puts it wide. Protas off the side of the goal, jamming away. Tindick able to keep it out. Leeson out front. Montgomery can't put it in. And the Giants come the other way. Kosh from the red line. He'll send it in. Hayes back to pick it up. He'll peel away from Sordoff. Behind the net, Pahal ahead for Leeson. He'll gain the red line and dump it in. Montgomery on the forecheck. Holt lets it go for Hardy, and he'll center up. The ice comes Dimitru. Dimitru drops now for Dawson. Holt driving wide. Around behind the net is Holt. Holt behind the net, Dimitru. He's planted by Sergei Sapego. And Hardy leaves it now for Holt. Holt near corner, checked by Masella. Tied up on the play. Sapego has it. Up the far side, read there by Kanik Liepert. And he'll keep it deep in the Raiders' zone. Masella battling away. Knackbauer's got it. Up the middle, Hanoun. A forward back is Hardy as Hanoun busts in. He'll drive wide, cutting to the net. A shot and a save made by Tindick. Giants come the other way. Hardy over the red line, doesn't get it in. Second effort, he will work it near sides for Sveikovsky. Raiders get it back. Hanoun ahead for Fonstad. Into the zone, he's got Kelly, shoots it off a leg and wide. And the Giants look to clear. They don't get it out. Gregor busting into the slot. It bounces away from him. Giants off the glass and out. 6.5 gone in this third period. And Dimitru has the Giants ahead 3-2. Noah Gregor up the near side, chips it past Byram, but the Giants recover. Raiders get it back. Pahal across for Max Martin. Back to Pahal, up the middle, chipped in by Fonstad. Picked up by Hines. He won't waste any time. Works it ahead for Watts. Hines gets run over by Ozzy Weisblatt. And the Raiders work it in. Protas has to go the long way around Byram. But Weisblatt finds the puck. Out of the corner, fires it. Save made by Tindick. Montgomery on the puck on the far side. Chops it to the line. Gloved by Hayes. He's bounced by Sordoff, and it's worked out to neutral ice. Montgomery and Hayes battling in front of the Giants bench. Hayes gets it in as Leeson goes in on the forecheck. Hines back to collect up the wall for Sordoff. And it's cut off by Hayes. Near side, Leeson. Montgomery in front. Leeson puts it on goal. And a glove save by Tindick. 12:27 remaining in regulation. And the Raiders trail 3-2 here in Game 6.
Well, good pushback by the Raiders after going down by one here with the Vancouver Giants scoring a huge goal to lead off this third period, but the Raiders are starting to push back now. They're getting some traffic down in that Vancouver Giants zone. It's almost like a huddle happening with the Vancouver Giants on the ice trying to get things sorted out.
Hanoun on the draw, lined up against Owen Hardy. Giants got the bounce, took advantage. Raiders need to dig back in. Hanoun to the wall. Gregor up high. Max Martin. He'll walk the blue line. Can't find a seam. Dumps it in far corner. Kelly works it loose, and Hanoun's got it. Down low. Hanoun pops free from him. Worked up the wall. Sapego sends it back down. Kelly's got it behind the net. Little bit of room out front. Not able to connect with Gregor. And the Giants clear to neutral ice. Handled by Martin. He'll turn it right back ahead as Kelly brings it in. He'll center. Gregor cuts to the net on the backhand. Kept wide by Kanik Liepert. Couldn't get a shot away. Sapego now in front looking for Hanoun. He'll glove it down. Back to the near side, Gregor. Gregor down low working on Kanik Liepert. He's met by Plouffe, but finds Hanoun out front. Kelly, and a save made by Tindick. Parker Kelly, the tap in all alone. And David Tindick shuts the door.
Great pressure here by this line. Double shift there for Noah Gregor, and he was just flying. And then he's got Parker Kelly and Dante Hanoun doing a great job cycling the puck, winning the battles down low, and eventually this one comes out. Parker Kelly has a great chance. It was right there on the doorstep.
David Tendick has been busy tonight. Shots 31-23 Prince Albert. Brought to you by Prince Albert Insurance. They'll be there when you need them. Raiders trailing 3-2, 11:40 to go in the third period. Prince Albert back on the puck in the offensive zone. Weisblatt, he's bounced by Roman and sort of skates away with the puck. He'll play near side for Byram. Over the red line, he'll dump it in. Scott out of his net, it'll skip past him. Handled on the far side by Fonstad. He'll chip it near corner for Braden Pahal. Ahead for Ozzy Weisblatt over the red line and into the offensive zone. Chip down the wall looking for Moe. It's turned back out to neutral ice. Gooley recovers at his own blue line ahead for Moe. Over the red line, he takes a hit from Sordiff but gets it in deep. Raiders change their lines as Caleb Bullich skates ahead for Vancouver. Red line and in. Pahal back to pick it up, battling with Jaden Joseph. Knocked loose behind the net. Martin and Nielsen collide. Montgomery takes a hard hit but works it ahead for Leeson. Up the middle, it's Braden Pahal. Room to skate. He'll gain the red line and lift it in. Leeson after it. Tied up by a couple Giants defenders. He'll chip it up the wall looking for Protas, but the Giants get there first. And Joseph outlets it now to Dylan Plouffe. Plouffe ahead for Nielsen. He'll work it back in deep. Scott leaves it there for Zach Hayes. Hayes up the wall, cut off by Nielsen, but he'll shovel it ahead for Leeson. Now Montgomery. Montgomery chips it out to neutral ice. Plouffe handles for Vancouver. And he'll go across for Alex Kanek-Liepert. Back to Plouffe in front of his own goal. He'll start ahead. Near side, Owen Hardy. Hardy busting in left side. Fires it. Save made by Scott. Bouncing puck off the end boards. And Scott sends it off into the corner. A battle now on the near boards in the Raiders zone. Sapago and Hayes in there, along with Hanoun. Giants have it pinned up against the wall. Sapago looking to pull it free. Still tied up against the boards. They'll just let it go. Sapago plants Hardy now. The puck comes loose up to the left point. It's Byram. Byram sends it right back down low, and Hardy picks it up for Vancouver. Hardy navigating a stick down on the ice. He'll chip it back up high, and Byram knocks it in, picked off by Gregor. Lifted out to neutral ice. Kelly swats at it, can't get it in to the Giants zone. Back to Pahal in the Raider end. Pahal across for Gooley. Gooley ahead for Gregor. Right side, it's Moe. Into the offensive zone. Moe cutting in a shot, and a save made by Tendick. Way behind the play, Weisblatt and Stejkovski collided. They're slow getting up, but we'll take a break. 9:11 remaining in the third period here at the Art Hauser Center. Raiders trail by 1. Offensive zone face-off. The play for Martin doesn't connect, and they'll take it all the way back into their own zone. Sapago ahead now for Brett Leeson. Leeson drives up the left side. He's got room into the offensive zone. Leeson on the backhand, puts it on goal. Played back out front, and Tendick sweeps it into the corner. Montgomery up high for Sapago. He'll walk the line, sends it off the end boards. Protas whacks at it, and Tendick able to get in front of that one, and he'll cover up once again. Face off into the Vancouver zone.
Yeah, you can see that one play there right off the face-off. Max Martin tries to sneak in, and Vancouver Giants were able to read that one to get it out of harm's way, but the Raiders, all of a sudden, they come up full length of the ice. Brett Leeson was flying on that shift coming up that left side.
Noah Gregor out here with Hanoun and Kelly. Raiders shorten their bench here in the third period. Pahal and Gooley, the defenders. Gregor up against Jaden Joseph in the faceoff circle. Gregor pulls it back, left point, it's Gooley. Down the wall for Kelly. He'll chip it down low looking for Hanoun. Cut off by the Giants, played up the near side. Pahal looks to keep it in. Kelly will find it. Kelly upended, and a penalty coming against Vancouver as Parker Kelly was looking to turn to the net. Jaden Joseph called for tripping, and the Raiders down 1 get a big opportunity on the man advantage.
It's a huge opportunity coming the way of the Raiders, and we see the line changes now. You've got Leeson, Montgomery, Gregor up front, Dante Hanoun, Max Martin back on the point. Number 1 unit out for the Raiders.
Man Advantage is always brought to you by Advantage Collision, formerly JG's, but still the little shop that cares. Clean win by Montgomery. Raiders set up, left point. Hanoun near side, Max Martin. Martin looks, back to Hanoun, left side. Across the top, he'll find Leeson, left circle. Side of the goal, Montgomery jamming away. Hanoun can't get it on goal. Leeson collects on the far wall. Brett Leeson up high for Max Martin. Hanoun back up high. Right circle, Gregor. Gregor back to Hanoun. Montgomery set up in front. Martin, right point. He'll fake the shot, looks to get it through. He'll put it in over the crossbar. Canuck Leipert clears. And the Raiders back into their own zone. We're seeing a change on the fly for Prince Albert. Just 40 seconds into this man advantage. Martin up the left side for Fonstad. Fonstad over the red line sends it in. And Gregor's got it off the wall. Gregor left circle. Fonstad. Back up high to Sergei Sapago. Gregor right circle. Gregor fires it off the post. Where is it? Nobody knows where the puck is. Back up high. Sapago, a blast. He just misses on the near side. High off the glass, and Hardy will find it and send it down the ice. Are you kidding? The puck gets lost, and Sapago drives it just wide. Raiders ahead again. Fonstad on the entry, finds Weisblatt up high. Sapago. Sapago back to Fonstad, left point. Sapago, top of the zone, right circle, Protas. Protas puts it towards the back door. Weisblatt can't get a stick on it. Fonstad, left point, left circle, Weisblatt. Power play for the Raiders. A pass cut off by Roman, and he'll gain the red line and dump it in. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Joseph. Sapago ahead for Martin. Plays it near side. That one misses the mark, and Watts chops it back to the Raider zone. And we've got a whistle here. What's the call here, Marty?
Not sure what the call is here. It's a face-off coming all the way.
Too many men against the Raiders.
Oh, wow.
And Prince Albert's going to go to the penalty kill here.
Wow, too many men on the ice for the Raiders as they get caught trying to change things up. It was just winding down. 7 seconds left on that penalty to Jaden Joseph. Ozzie Weisblatt sent over to the box.
That's a tough break for Prince Albert. The power play comes so close. But we'll see some 4-on-4 now for 7 seconds. And then the Raiders to the kill. 6:37 to go in the third. Giants lead by 1. Vancouver looking to force a Game 7 tomorrow night. Byram down the near wall, gets past Kosh. Hayes back to collect. He'll send it up the left wall. Kelly's got it. And the Giants have the man advantage now as Kelly sends it down the ice. Raiders penalty kill is brought to you by Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. A minute 30 here for Vancouver. They would love an insurance marker here. Byram, left side, he'll chip it in. He's sat down by Pahal. Hayes back to pick it up. He'll rim it, cut off by Jaden Joseph. Giants pounce on the puck. Kosh gets dumped by Hayes, loose puck. Pahal works it ahead, and Kelly will drive it down the ice. Raiders hustling to get a line change as Tendick thought about sending it down the ice. He'll leave it for Plouffe instead. And Dylan Plouffe back behind his own goal. A minute gone, a minute remaining in the penalty to Ozzie Weisblatt. Plouffe ahead right side. Into the zone, Lucas Sveikovsky. He'll curl up to the right point. Canuck Leipert back to Sveikovsky. Down the right side, up high, Canuck Leipert. Fakes a shot, he'll keep it right point, near side Dimitru. Dimitru, high slot, Roman back to Canuck Leipert. He'll shoot, and a glove save by Ian Scott. 42 seconds left in the penalty kill. 5:19 to go in the third. Raiders down by 1.
And now the clock starts working a little bit against the Raiders. 5:19 left. But they still got 42 seconds before you can get back to 5-on-5. Kind of strange because, you know, we don't see hardly any penalties, and all of a sudden we've got 2 in this period. 1 to each team, but too many men on the ice to the Raiders. Very costly.
Jared Dimitru and Dante Hanoun in the face-off circle. Dimitru able to control for the Giants. Up high, Canuck Leipert. Right side, Sveikovsky back to Canuck Leipert. 30 seconds on the power play. Dimitru, high slot. Roman looks, drops for Dimitru. Back to the line, Canuck Leipert. Canuck Leipert, right side. Sveikovsky looks, he'll go back up high. One-timer blocked, and Hanoun starts ahead for Prince Albert. He's got Kelly with him. Hanoun strides in, he'll dump it in himself. And Tendick hangs on, face-off down in the Giant zone. Heads-up play by Hanoun with 15 seconds left in the penalty being served by Weisblatt.
As much as he wanted to try and spring Parker Kelly free, it was important for him to just hang on to the puck. You've got puck possession and drag down some of that time and eventually just dumping it in, forcing another face-off. Just 15 seconds left before Ozzy Weisblatt comes out of the box. And he's going to come right out to an active line. Fonstad and Moe out there.
Penalty kill for Exclusive Auto Marine, your low price leader. Giants win the draw in their own zone, and Byram looks ahead for Vancouver. He'll chip to Watts. Centering feed glove down by Joseph, and he'll lug it into the Raiders' zone. Sepago puts a hit on Joseph. Giants after the puck. Masella has it tied up. Out of the box is Weisblatt, and we're back to 5-on-5. A big kill for Prince Albert. Nielsen on the puck now. Stripped by Masella. Up the far side, Fonstad coming back in support. He'll play it across Sepago. Up the middle for Moe. 4:20 to work with. Moe ahead right side. Weisblatt puts it back in front for Moe. And he'll pick it up left corner. Drop down low. Joseph checked by Cole Fonstad. And Ozzy Weisblatt looking to pull it free. Weisblatt in there up the wall. Cut off by Nielsen. He can't get it past Sepago. Plouffe now to the line held by Pahal, but delayed offside as the Giants bring it ahead. Nielsen battling in, lost the puck to Spencer Moe. Moe lost it right back to Nielsen, and he'll just dump it in and take the line change. 3:45 to play. Raiders trail by 1. Pahal behind the net, Sepago left corner. Sepago, a dangerous pass in front, finds Pahal up the near side. Dimitru cuts off the feed for Leeson, and the Giants back on it. Byram up the wall, hits Hardy, but the Raiders pounce. Protas into the corner for Braden Pahal. Pahal puts it to the net. That one just misses wide. And the Giants come the other way. They've got an odd man rush. Hardy trailing, and it's dropped off. A shot by Hardy and a save made by Scott. Here come the Raiders. Montgomery and Leeson. Montgomery right side puts it towards a goal, blocked by Canuck Liepert. Hardy lost it to Protas, and Hardy took it right back. Giants lift it down the ice. 3 minutes to go in the third period. Martin curls behind the net. He'll find Gregor. Gregor head of steam up the middle. He'll chip it in and pick it up himself on the left wall. Gregor puts it on goal. Picked up out front. Weisblatt can't get it to Hanoun. Right point now, it's Sepago. Walking the line, sends a shot off a stick into the netting and out of play.
Well, shots on goal now, 37-26 in favor of the Raiders, but the biggest thing right now is trying to find a way to get it in behind David Tendick. He's only allowed 2 goals on those 37 shots. Been a big night for him, and the Raiders are right now, they got to play with a little bit of desperation. They're down by 1.
Hanoun, Gregor, and Kelly, the line put together here in the third period for the Raiders. Hanoun out to take the offensive zone draw. Roman pulls it to the wall, and the Giants on it behind the net. Plouffe works it up the boards, cut off by Kelly. And Kelly on the near wall, tied up, sort of. Looking to clear the zone, he can't. And it's worked up high for Sepago. Back down the wall, Hanoun finds Kelly. Near side, Max Martin down the right side for Gregor. On the backhand, he couldn't hang on. And keep an eye on Ian Scott. He's looking towards the bench. Hanoun in front, can't pull the trigger. And the Giants get the clear. Scott stays in goal. 2 minutes remaining in this third period.
I would look for Ian Scott to be following this play up the ice.
Hanoun leaves for Gregor behind the Raider net. Prince Albert doesn't have a timeout, so they'll have to do it on the fly. Gregor right side for Pahal. Pahal into the offensive zone. He'll drive wide on Byram. Puck down into the corner. Pahal tries to shovel it up the boards, cut off by Vancouver. Scott on the Raider bench. 6-on-5 here for Prince Albert. Near side, it's played up high. Gooley traps it in, puts it on goal, and Tendick covers up and hangs on. A Raider gets sent sliding into the corner. That's Sean Montgomery. And if you find yourself sliding on the roads this spring, head on down to OK Tire in Prince Albert.
1:32 left. Ian Scott on the bench, so we've got 6-on-5 happening on the ice, and this is desperation right now for the Prince Albert Raiders. Desperation to the point of trying to tie this one up, even though you still got that game 7 sitting in your back pocket. The Raiders don't want it to go to game 7, but that's the way this series has gone right now.
Face-off down in the Giants zone. Extra attacker on the ice. Raiders looking for some late game heroics. Montgomery in the face-off circle against Dimitru. Giants on it. Byram rims it near side. Sapago able to handle right point. Hardy just allows him to set up. Right wall. Lisa towards the net. That one bounces off a leg. Montgomery muscles it free. Montgomery down the boards. He'll spin it far side. Hanoun collects left point. Back down low. Montgomery keeps it moving near corner for Gregor. 1:10 remaining in this third period. Back down low for Montgomery. Byram chops it. Held left point by Hanoun. He spins it cross ice. Final minute brought to you by Carlton Honda. Giants to the line, and it'll skip away from Hanoun. He'll pick it up in neutral ice, though. Ahead for Leeson, gets away on him. And the Giants have time to reload. Off the glass, out to neutral ice. Hardy after it into the offensive zone. It's knocked away from him. 40 seconds to play. Leeson centers it. Nobody home. Canuck Liepert off the glass and held to the line by Hanoun. His shot blocked. Bounces behind the goal. Montgomery behind the net. Kelly near side. Leeson swats it towards the net. Covered up by Dimitru. And the Giants will lob it out to neutral ice. Hanoun works it ahead for Gregor. Gets away from him. Byram on it. Can't clear as Gregor holds it in. It bounces away. And here comes Kosh. Kosh seals it into the empty net. And that's going to do it. 14 seconds to play. 4-2 the Giants lead. And we've got a game 7 here tomorrow night.
Well, the empty netter definitely seals the deal. 14.2 seconds left on the clock. 4-2 Vancouver. And we've got a game 7. What a finish to this Western Hockey League championship. And for the first time, the team that scores first is not going to win.
That's right.
Second of the night, scored by number 16, Davis Kosh. The assistant number 23, Jaden Joseph. Time of the goal, 19:45. That's Kosh from Joseph.
Back to center ice with 14 seconds remaining. And the fans heading to the exits. Raiders will get another chance here tomorrow night, but that's it. Last chance here at the Art Hauser Center. Dumped in, Fonstad chasing after it. The seconds tick away. And the Vancouver Giants take this one 4-2. Game 7 right here tomorrow night.